I really think that the numbers that he puts up and the talent that I see out of him and how much he's grown as a player ever since he started playing like in 2013 and what he is now today, I think he really is definitely a top 3 entry fragger in NNA. So I think that he's a massive player for this team. I think that Shazam has been a really good opera. I think he looks much better than what he did with Cloud9 on this team.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, I think he's, you know, a pretty good player in the NA scene. I think Stanislaw is a smart, versatile player with the rifle. Dad seems to be running this team just fine as an in-game leader, and Nath's kind of that wild card player where he fluctuates his role a lot between playing the perimeter of the map or being a part of the entry force. So he, like I said, he's kind of that wild card, kind of that guy that you're not really quite sure what he's going to be doing on a given round, but he's certainly displayed a lot of individual skill. So, yeah, I mean, this is a team that has a lot of individually skilled players, but as you noted, the consistency just isn't there yet. You know, they deliver at some events, like at CEVO Season 8, then they fail at iBuyPower Cup and stuff. So,
exactly.
They did bad at the minor, they did bad at the LCQ for the major. I mean, so it's just like they show us some great things, but then they also drop the ball in some big ways. So, yeah. But I wouldn't suspect that any of that would matter tonight in this particular match. I would assume that they would do just fine. This should be an easy 2-0. I can't even really see Ace getting that many rounds in these games.
Yeah, one thing's for sure. Like, whenever OpTic goes up against a team that is significantly lower than them on the totem pole, they're always walking away with victories and with wins. Now, I think you got other data?
Yeah, against Winter Fox and Splice, those are games I thought they should have won between the minor and the LCQ, and both those series were upset losses. But they weren't crazy below them on the totem pole. Yeah. They're not crazy. I guess it's true. Those teams aren't crazy below them on the total poll. Just maybe a couple of pegs down. So yeah, those are a couple upsets that I didn't really like seeing. Them losing to Tempo Storm in this Malmo qualifier, that wasn't that bad. Like Tempo Storm's actually pretty solid.
This new Tempo Storm is just unbelievably good. Unbelievably good. I mean, we're looking at superstars on the rise, just like we saw with Luminosity the first time around.
Oh. I didn't realize we're already live in round 2. We didn't get the information quick enough there.
I can't connect to the server, so Dust, you take it away. I'm going to try and get in.
Yep. All right, yeah, so we are going to see OpTic have won the pistol round. They're going to go ahead and upgrade their guns. We're going to see Ace Gaming just trying to do a full-out A execute here to see if they can't get a bomb plant out of this. But so far, just getting absolutely shut down here. Shazam already with a couple of kills with the Scout. Trying to see if Lawson and Fierce can make something happen here, but seem to be getting cleaned up pretty well. But Fierce has got himself into a 1v2, but didn't really have the HP to do much with it, so OpTic will go up 2-0. So it seems like the 3-0 pattern will pretty much hold. Didn't have any bomb plants as well, so Ace will certainly have to wait until round number 4 before they can actually get a full purchase. Are you able to get in yet there, Pat?
I'm working on it. I had to manually type in the IP and the password right there. So, score update, what's going on, Dust?
Yep, so we're at 2-0 here. Again, Ace just on pretty much on their save right now, as they are going to gather up at A once again. See if they might get some type of bomb plant. We do see Stanislaw getting very aggressive with this SMG, looking to see if he can score some cash. Does already get the bomb down, so now everyone can begin to start rotating, as he and Naf will just hold her down at A-ramp and just clean up, no problem. Naf with 3 kills on the round, Stanislaw with 2. So just racking up the cash, building up the bank, and having no issue dealing with Ace thus far in this game.
All right, well, I mean, pretty much what you expected right there. I popped in at the very, very end of that to see OpTic Gaming mopping up the mess, but that's what's going to happen when you're going up against OpTic Gaming and you got nothing but pistols. Okay, so the game starts now. Ace Gaming has to make something happen. Straight out of the gate, they're going to start working their way down towards what's probably going to be a mid-tick. They're taking the bomb that way, which means they haven't quite decided where they want to go with this thing. Drop a couple of smokes to block Shazam off, and he's just going to spray down. No rifles, nothing like that. He's hanging on to the SMG, so it looks like he's just trying to save up so he can pick up an AWP next round, assuming they take the victory this time. So gun advantage is going for Ace Gaming. They take mid control. Oh, that grenade from Shazam, though.
Ooh. But Stanislaw and Naf have pushed A ramp, and they're getting a lot of information on this, and they will go ahead and pick up Vez as well. So this is really going to limit Ace's opportunity to do any type of A split with the positioning and info that Naf and Stanislaw just got. So they're kind of boxed in at mid now. They're going to try to see if they can't go up the catwalk, but there is a player inside ladder, and he's going to be rushed. He'll only get 1 kill. That still slows them down quite a lot. And at this point, they're just kind of getting eaten alive. And looks like OpTic should be able to get the 4-0 at this point.
Yes, the thing is, Shazam's already set up and posted at Cat, so he's going to hold the position with the SMG. Dap's also doing a little bit of work shutting them down, so I think you called it right there. They got stuck in mid for too long and made it a little bit predictable where they were going. And then what about that position by Rush? He's sitting up there in ladder room. It seemed like he really should have had a little more patience maybe and been able to pick up a 2K. We didn't see that from his perspective, from his eyes over there. But he gets all the information, gets the tell, and that's about it. 4-0 and Ace. They don't even have enough money to go ahead and do 2 gun rounds right here. They're gonna have to go on to another eco.
Yeah, I mean, this is usually the pattern that happens. Like, if you get 3-0'd, then you get the 1 gun round. If you lose that, it's pretty much going to be 5-0. Unless you got some bomb plants involved or got some kills. But they really haven't gotten very many kills. Like, a lot of these guys only had 2 deaths out of the 4 rounds played, or 1 or none. So, no real cash from fragging, and they haven't got a single bomb plant yet. So, yeah, definitely just push to save 5. Oh my goodness, Snaf could have just wreck all of these guys. Oh my goodness, just 3 quick flags with a fast flank. No one paying attention. I think there was a flash that came in from B site that went over the roof and blinded a couple of guys that helped Naf get up there, but nonetheless, big flank.
Yeah, nobody watching the rear is what it is. Now Lawson finds himself completely isolated, and he's down to just 4 health. I mean, he really doesn't have a single chance except for getting a couple of quick headshots. That's not going to happen. Rush peeks the angle and picks up what turns out to be a nice, easy frag for him. 5-0 after the eco. OpTic not wanting to get ecoed this time around. Money situation, though, is finally looking pretty good for Ace Gaming. The op's going to pop out like we were expecting. Maybe Lawson holding the AWP, indeed. And Shazam, he's going to wait on it. For real? He's got $10,000.
Yeah, I mean, he's already got an AK. I mean, while they do have a bunch of money, why drop, like, a really good rifle just to pick up an op? It's not even been necessary. It's not like they've needed one to win rounds yet, you know what I mean? So, you might as well just roll up. Maybe you pass it over to Stanislaw and pick up an op so you can get rid of the SMG, but, I mean, they're pretty content on just keeping that SMG in play for a very long time. I guess just because they feel so confident they're not having issues winning rounds, but Lawson able to take Shazam out. Stanislaw does pick up Max. So it's all even here, but Ace does have mid control. And in a 4-on-4, this should favor them at least a little bit, in theory.
Still a minute and 10 on the clock. Fox probably the best player for Ace Gaming. He's going to get a little bit aggressive, passes by Connector, and he and Stanislaw just pass each other like ships in the night. Bomb still being left way up at the back, so it seems like what they want to do is set a couple of players up in mid and then rotate at least one back towards Palace or Ramp to pick up the bomb. Gonna be running out of time here real quick, though. It's 50 seconds remaining. Someone's got to back up.
Yeah, I mean, like Ace is just kind of held up. They have mid control for such a long time, but they're just not really sure what to do with it. You do have Vez at A ramp. Looks like they're trying to see if they can't boost the player, but Rush is just waiting for that. That's just too easy. And now they're going to just be forced to try to make an A-split happen. Vez all on at the stairs. It's going to get caught out by Lawson, but Naf picks up Vez, and he has control of A ramp now, basically. And so Ace are just getting out a lot of options. Meanwhile, the bomb was down way at the back of middle, so even if that A hit would have worked, they didn't really have the bomb to even plant. Now Fox is just forced to bring this bomb over across to B, but, I mean, they'll just split up 1-1 to each site, and so Fox isn't going to just get a free bomb plant here. He will be challenged. Got 8 seconds left. All Daft has to do is just put a little bit of pressure on him to stop him from planting. Not going to do it. He's just going to wait it out. He's going to concede the bomb plant, and he'll just hold an angle and get the kill. And I think that's just because money's not really an issue for OpTic. I mean, just let him plant and make sure you win the round, and that's exactly what happened there.
Yeah, that's about it right there. So this is going to be max loss bonus with a bomb plant. Ace is going to have a little bit of cash on their hand going into the next round. In fact, they're going to have a lot of bit of cash on their hand going into the next round. So you should see a decent gun. Seems like indecisiveness is really the issue going on with Ace Gaming here. They go down, they take mid, sometimes with absolutely no trouble, but then they don't have a plan as to what they want to do afterwards. Okay, I mean, the bomb's back there, pick it up, set up for a split. Like, that's the general idea behind taking mid control. And it seemed like they, I don't know, they wanted a little bit more map control, and it ended up costing them very big. Nice 3K by Lawson nonetheless.
I mean, it's just OpTic dominating, which was to be expected if we're completely honest about it. It seemed like the community pretty much agreed on that as well, given the fact that they were like a 96% favorite.
4%.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's one of the more lopsided betting schemes I've seen.
Watch Stanislaw.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely got the flank going on. They're all gathered up at A ramp. They have all the information. Daps is already rotated.
No one's watching the rear, though.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. There's still 4 people at A anyway, regardless of whether this flank works or not. Yeah, that's probably going to be crucial, too. Yep, already gets one.
Oh, whiffs a couple of shots, though. Turns it into a 1-for-1. The damage is done, though. They know where all these players are. Nav's got an auto sniper. The flashes come in. Palace player's down, so there's just going to be 3 coming out of ramp, and they know that. Here comes the CT-sided mollies blocking off the entries. Lawson's going to jump on top of the stairs, gets taken down immediately, and here's Rush going to work. 1 and 2 immediately.
Just a combination of great teamwork and great intel. I mean, Stanislaus push gets all the information they want, but also just right there at the end, it's just little subtle things. You know, Daps is playing a corner, he takes a shot, he gets a kill, Terrace goes to trade it, but Rush quick to react. He's on the top of the stairs, he knows what's going on, he's playing a bit of a crossfire with Daps, and he just appropriately gets out there and gets the frags he needs to get to make sure OpTic win the round. So, again, just like I said, good teamwork, and just the fact that OpTic just keeps being aggressive all across the map, whether it be A flanks or pushes up underpass, no matter what it is, Ace seems to always be getting caught off guard by this aggression. They're just getting bullied right now, man. I don't know what else to say.
You mentioned in the pregame show that Naf is a wild card. There he is doing wild things. Right down underpass, gets a lot of intel, picks up a 2K for his troubles, and at that point, it looks like Ace Gaming is completely rattled at the B side. Bomb was dropped in underpass. That's such a easy spot to watch and control as well. There's really, what, 2 ways in, 2 ways out. You use a little bit of smoke, so you can hold that stuff off. And OpTic mops it up quick and relatively painlessly. So that's now 8-0, flawless CT half up to this point. And in response, Ace Gaming, they got a little bit of cash now. They're going to pull out the double off setup, putting it in Lawson's and Fox's hands. Let's see what they can do with that.
And they're going to spread out a lot this time, and I think this means that maybe they'll be able to catch any aggression this time around, but it's Shazam who catches Fox at upper B right away. Lawson has spotted the jiggle peek at middle, but it just doesn't matter. Rush steps out and grabs the frag. I think he was actually catwalk, so that's kind of baited the option of Lawson while Rush just peeks out cat and grabs the free kill. And now you just see Ace forced to try to make a play somewhere else. They try to rush into the A bomb site, but Naf and Stanislaus are certainly going to be here to deal with that with no issue. And it's all going to be up to Vez now. 1 versus 3, 1 versus 2 now. He's got a couple of kills. He needs to ace to win the round, but yeah, Shazam rotates quick on him. CT spawn, and it's 9-0 for Ace. And I think we jokingly tried to bet behind the scenes on how many rounds Ace would get total between the 2 maps we think would be played, since we thought it would be 2-0 for OpTic. I think we set the over/under at 10 total rounds, and I actually took 10. I thought they would be able to get maybe like 5 a map or something, but it's not looking good right now.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe a 16-5 or something like that. But okay, this is Mirage. It tends to be a little bit on the CD-sided end, so maybe Ace Gaming can switch things around once they swap sides. We've got 5 rounds to go. Looks like they're not even going for a contact feed. They're going to be loud, thunderbooting all the way through, and surprise, there's some fire. Vez doesn't quite die, but he's in the 9 health. Rush is watching the angle down by Catwalk, picks up 2 for his troubles before they start dropping on top of Van. Shazam's right there. There's also 2 sitting at the cat corner. Looks like Ace had absolutely no trouble whatsoever. And here's the thing, though, Dust. OpTic Gaming, they're so extremely confident at that point. They're pre-rotated. They're actually over-rotating on that round, and if Ace can pick up on that, maybe they can do a fake and abuse it.
Well, the problem is like when they've tried to just play slower and just kind of spread the map, they just get pushed and they can't handle it. They can't get the kills. They can't stop OpTic's aggression, and so you feel like the mentality there was like, okay, we can't spread the map. We're getting wrecked. Let's just rush something together and hope we can trade frag. But that's not working either. So at this point, you feel like if you're Ace Gaming, you've run down your list of things you have in the playbook, and not a single one of them has panned out. So that's a really difficult to deal with if you're trying to lead this team. Nothing works. Like, what are you supposed to do? And at this point, it really just boils down to losing aim duels. You know, if you're 5-man rushing a site with 2 people and you can't out-trade them, that's a real problem.
Well, the one thing that has worked for Ace so far has been the mid-takes. The problem is they're extremely slow to execute after they take mid-control, so they end up throwing the round away and getting stalled out in mid, allowing OpTic to take full advantage here. They've done something on this eco, with Fiercey now being the last man standing with a Deagle, so just 2 Wandeegs away from victory. He's got the bomb in hand and is working his way towards Shazam. Now, Shazam's not looking towards market, so this might be an easy free frag for Fierce. Peeks around the corner. Surprise! There you go. Picks up an AWP for his trouble. That's a 2K so far. Should have no problem planting the bomb. Planting it for Cat as well as Daps rotates in from mid.
Yeah, he's definitely weaseled himself into a good situation. He's got a post plant. I think this is the first bomb plant that Ace has had this game, actually, funny enough. And he's got a 1v1 clutch that should be pretty winnable. He isn't be playing towards upper B. Daps, no clue. I mean, the way the bomb is planted, this guy really could be anywhere. I think bench, van, and upper B are the most likely spots. I think that's what Daps is probably really going to focus on. He's running out of time, too, and Fierce, he's played patient. He's doing the right thing. Staps checking around. He will check upper, but he hid in the corner, so nice job by Fierce to not give himself up. Daps tapping the bomb, still not getting any real intel. Finally hears him, but now he's not going to have enough time to defuse, so this should be a round 1 for Ace. So they won't get shut out completely. They'll put 1 point on the board at least.
All right, there you go. Maybe that's what they need. A little bit of confidence right there. Fiercey saying, all right, boys, let's band together. I got the bomb down. I did it. On an eco, too. That deserves a little bit of credit right there. OpTic just got ecoed by Ace Gaming. Largely from losing all those players on that rush going straight up mid.
If I'm OpTic, I'm not too concerned.
They kind of did it to themselves, to be honest.
I mean, think about it. That was just kind of a crazy round how it all played out to begin with. It was very kind of wild how he was just able to kind of find a gap there. That's not going to be a sustainable way to win rounds, as we already do see them just trying to go for some type of mid-A split. Stanislaw over here at the A-bomb side dealing with it quite effectively thus far, as it's just going to be a 4v3 in OpTic's favor right away. They're pretty committed to this A site right now, and they're just having trouble breaking through. There's already, 3 players rotated here. Nice shot, though. They got a 3-on-3 now.
Yeah. There's Lawson evening it up a little bit, but Fierce is going to get dropped immediately, so you got an AK and you got an AWP. Dap's going to come around the corner. Just barely see Lawson fires, but you got to watch for that player sitting in sandwich. He's got the tight angle and picks up kill. Now it's 2 versus 2. Stanislaw is going to go ahead and respond. You got a minute left on the clock. Vez realizes that he's going to go ahead and back off. He's got a couple of options, but he's got to watch out for Stanislaw. Looked like Stan wanted to go ahead and take a flank. Not going to do it. He's going to watch a site from Cat. Shazam backs off as well. Pretty much leaving the site undefended at this point. They don't know if he's going to B or A, but they've got eyes on A site.
I'm surprised Shazam's so worried about the murder hole. I don't know why you would think Vez, unless he thinks Vez went through B and might come around. But now they should know for sure with that sound that Vez is actually inside the A-bomb site. He can definitely safely plant unless he gets spammed, but he doesn't know that CT spawn is empty, and that's a big problem for him.
Damn.
So he goes to check it and gets caught by Stanislaw there. So OpTic resetting Ace's economy. Now they're up 11-1, and yes, this is a CT-sided map, but this is
ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's CT-sided in the sense that it should be like maybe 9-6, 10-5 from like a really good Mirage CT team, not possibly 14-1 the way this has been playing out, or 13-2.
I didn't catch whether or not Vez had a HE grenade in his arsenal at that point, but you saw the player in connector was extremely low. One even poorly placed grenade might have done the trick at that point. It's going to be another Deagle Tech 9 round for Ace Gaming. They're going to take mid control quickly. A lot of damage done on the Shazam. It's going to back him off, but Flashbang's going to give Shazam the confidence to go ahead and peek out. Pick up 1 kill. That's Fiercey. And again, these players have just stalled out in mid. Now Rush dabs. Everybody just charges into mid. It's going to get costly for I almost called him Conquest there for a minute. For OpTic Gaming. Losing Stan, losing Nafly, but Shazam and Rush are able to stay alive with low HP. Picking up just yet another round.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you just have OpTic firing on all cylinders. I mean, there's no spot on the map that's been weak. Everyone's been able to defend just fine. Even Daps, who like normally might be the guy that you don't expect to frag so much because he's the in-game leader, he's focused on other things. He's even had some clutch rounds or defended the B-bomb site just fine. So literally Ace just can't find any holes in OpTic's play right now. Not only that, but again, when you think about a lot of the earlier gun rounds, they just couldn't even deal with OpTic pushing underpass or pushing a ramp or just these different aggressive plays that OpTic did. It was like they said, they were just getting bullied around.
Yeah, in fact, the only point that put on the board, the only round put on the board for Ace Gaming was OpTic pushing up mid and handing them just a couple of kills. And that even became a dicey 1 versus 2 clutch situation, right? At this point, we're going to see Vez working his way down through underpass. They want to split the A bomb site. Vez working his way down. Fierce is going to put pressure on top mid. And there's entry coming in from the box. Snap's going to be left all alone. Lawson with the AWP shot. They're going to get bombed down at this point. 4 versus 2. We could see another round on board for Ace.
Possibly so, but Daps just finds a kill there. Someone crashed. I think it was Stanislaw. He's back now. Rushing to 1 versus 2. Will get beat out there by Vez. So yeah, right here at the end of the game, Ace has been able to put another round on the board, but you gotta wonder if it's a little too late at this point. I mean, OpTic are already up at 12. Even if they don't win this last round, they're a pistol round victory away from pretty much shutting this thing out. And even if they can't do that, I feel pretty confident OpTic has a strong enough terror side with players like Rush and Stanislav being kind of that 1-2 punch and Nath lurking around and such to be able to get the rounds they need to close out this map. They've already done their job here on the CT side.
It's an exceedingly one-sided affair at this point. Last round of the first half, 12-2. Can Ace turn it into a 12-3 score line and then somehow work a miracle on the CT half? Setting up for an A hit with Fox rotating off of B. He's going to put pressure on mid and again try to split A. They've had success doing this. That's a whole half of their rounds at this point. Splitting A. Now watching close. Nice. Plays the angle on the smoke. Picks up 1 kill. Backs off.
That's a kill that you got to get if you're Vez. I mean, you got a lot of free shots on the Nat before he was able to respond, but just couldn't connect the shots. And that's been the storyline for Ace pretty much this entire half thus far. They still have some members up here, and they do get it back into a 3-on-3, and they do catch Naf under the balcony. So Fierce making some really nice kills there. That's going to be exactly what Ace needs to maybe string this round together. They do have a 3-on-2. The bomb is going to get planted here in this A bomb site. Just Daps and Rush left here. One is going to be at the back of mid, lurking around, trying to cut off Rush's rotate. Going to be successful in doing so. So now it's all on Daps. 1v3. I mean, this should go in Ace's favor. So they will get the last 2 rounds of the half and make it 12-3. One would think. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
so,
Daps made me question myself just for a second there, picking up that 1 kill. Not going to happen, though. So there you have it. 16-3.
So at this point, it just really boils down to the pistol round now. I mean, if OpTic take that, this is likely just a 16-3, and we're done here. We'll move on to Cash, which was OpTic's pick.
Indeed, we got.
I don't even. What was Map 3? I can't remember exactly.
Map 3 is going to be Inferno.
I don't think we're going to see it, but well, yeah. I mean, OpTic again, just kind of as expected. There was probably some hopefuls out there who wanted to bet big on 4% and make all their wildest dreams come true, but it's not going to happen, I don't think. Not in this map for sure.
No, I don't see that happening at all. Take a look at OpTic Gaming, for example. So good, specifically on T side on Mirage, and specifically on T side Pistol Mirage. A nearly perfect record on that over the past 3 months on HLTV. All right, the half is starting. Brought to you by CSGO Lounge. Let's see what they got. All right, we're back. Second half right here. Scoreline 12-3. Pistol round is underway. Like we were saying, damn near perfect T-side pistol rounds over the past 3 months for OpTic Gaming. All they need to do is seal the deal. They're going to invest rather heavily. Got some smokes, some flashes, set up for an A hit with 3 people bulldozing out of Palace. Here it comes. 2 players going to be smoked off immediately. Lost and pokes through the smoke. Max also playing from triple. Going to get dropped almost instantly. Fierce is going to have to back off and play for a 3-man retake. This is ugly.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a standard pistol round. It's a smoke jungle top stairs. Everyone really runs this quite a lot on this map. You just have to win your fights in the site and push back CT spawn. And I mean, this is just like the ideal dream scenario for OpTic. They don't have any struggle eliminating the initial defense and like pushing into CT spawn and cutting off that rotate. And it's basically denying any hopes of a retake beginning to formulate. So they're up now 13-3. And at this point, we're probably about to wave bye-bye to this map pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's sad because this is Mirage. This is the pick by Ace Gaming themselves. I mean, we don't have a whole lot of data to go off of to say, well, they're really good on this map because honestly, they haven't played that many pro-level maps that have made it onto HLTV.
The only time I've seen them play Mirage period was in our placement tournament where they beat Vault. So maybe just that one map win made them think that they had a pretty decent Mirage here, but OpTic certainly fine with playing this map.
Well, they're buying heavily in pistols because they kind of have to at this point.
Right.
A one-for-one tit-for-tat trade-off going on up in Palace. So Palace control remains in the hands of Daps, actually, with Max playing hyper close with the 5-7. That's actually going to be a really good read. Smokes come over the top. Might be able to get 1 kill before he's traded off. Stanislav's relatively alone, but no, here they all come. Not even a single kill, just too many bodies. Shazam's the one who's going to take the kill, and Lost is smoked off, jumps right into the fire. Nothing you can do about that. Burned alive.
As we go down here, last two players are promoting CP spawn. They do pick up Shazam, who tried to press through, but as in the end is left alone here with just this P250 and head armor. Looking to see if anyone else is maybe going to push him here, but rest of OpTic is content just to kind of sit back in good post-plant positions, and this round will certainly go to OpTic now, and Ace, I mean, they'll obviously buy what they can to stop OpTic from going to map point, but, I mean, they're only going to have, like, their highest money is going to be on Fierce with $2,400. I mean, you're pretty much just pistol armoring again and hoping for the best.
It's going to be what it is. Vez, you know, Force Trouble, he's able to go ahead and pick up one kill on Stanislaw, making it a little bit costly for OpTic Gaming, but, I mean, let's be honest, they're going to take the win. Hang on to 2 AK-47s. There's no chance that they're going to put a sizable dent in the OpTic economy. The only small victory there is probably no AWPs popping out in Shazam, so yeah, there's that. Moral victory team, yay! 1 away from match point.
I just noticed Max was 1-17. Holy cow. What a rough game he's had.
We shouldn't talk about that.
Yeah, I just noticed that. That's rough.
That is rough.
I mean, they were just getting... I mean, you can't blame them. They just got absolutely murked this entire map, so it's kind of hard to perform very well when you're just getting destroyed. But, yeah, definitely just kind of a sign of Ace's struggles this game. As now they're just trying to see if they can't defend this A-bomb site. It's just been a mid-A split here from OpTic and having no trouble. But Max has been hiding in the shadows. Maybe waits just a second too long. Daps checks it, gets the kill, and there's going to be no shenanigans there. And OpTic now at map point, 15-3. This has been... quite a quick game. I do want to let you folks know that obviously this is just map 1 of this best of 3, so we have at least one more map to go. And in about 2.5 hours, we do have Winter Fox taking on Energy, so we do have a whole other best of 3 going on tonight as well. So don't like just dip out of here really quickly. If you want to see some more CS, we do have some more for you tonight. Is the point.
Well. Action's underway, mid-take already happening with 2 put up on top of Island. Fierce is trying to put up a little bit of a fight from Connector. He's got to be concerned about Rush working his way down through Underpass, and he backs off. So mid-control's fully branded to OpTic. Now this is how you do it. Look, you got Daps and Nafly playing at the extremities, bombs left in the back, and they're going to get all their positions before they rotate one, pick up that bomb, and then execute one of the sites heavily. They put Stanislaw, where's that? Inside of, I'm thinking, ladder room. Rush over there as well, so they can just explode onto the A site, no problem. Shazam picks up the bomb. Apparently that's not going to be the plan, though. Shazam and Rush, they're all regrouping at the back of B apps. Naf's going to put pressure on A site, and then it looks to be a heavy B hit. 1 minute left on the clock. 15-3 is going to be it.
Yeah, most likely here, unless Fox comes up big at the back of the van. Fox inside the site going to be able to get one. Fierce and the Max chime in with a couple as well. It's a 2 versus 2. But Shazam finding a key frag, as there wasn't really much of a rotate coming in yet. And Max, he's 2-18. Can he do it? He would double his score if he clutches this round, but it wasn't meant to be, Pat.
Not meant to be. I was rooting for him, man. I was rooting for him.
We all were, I think, in our hearts.
Slightly to the right. Yeah, well, you know, I always...
Even people who bet on OpTic were probably cheering for him a little bit.
Come on, man. You know, moral victory or something like that. By the way, apparently the updated the map on cache right here. Well, isn't that pretty? So that was 16-3, just Ace Gaming getting completely slaughtered. I guess that's what we all expected. You saw all the odds, the Go Lounge odds and whatnot.
I mean, to be fair, we are in the round of 16 of this tournament, which lends itself to having a little bit more lopsided matchups. Once we get into like the round of 8, you'll definitely see, I think, some like tighter games. And I even think that the Energy Winter Fox game later on tonight would be a much tighter race than this.
That could be good.
But yeah, there's really not much to say about that map, is there? I mean, it was just pretty much what is that Red Eye gif where it's just like brutal, savage, wrecked? I mean, that's pretty much
that's exactly
what happened there.
Yeah, we need that on speed dial so we can pull it up. Okay, so now what are we looking at? Map number 2, going to be Cache. The bad news is this was chosen by OpTic. It is, in fact, something that they are a little more comfortable with. Ace does have a few games on Cache on record, but I don't have a lot of information on their veto. Cache, Cache together with Cobble, though, are definitely two of the maps that OpTic has been strongest on. If I pull up data on Cache, we see, yeah, they're extremely good on this. They've got in the past 3 months 4-0-1 record, and they've actually won 70% of their pistol rounds.
Yeah.
And we're talking about against solid high-tier teams as well as lower-tier teams. So this might be another cakewalk.
I mean, the only real, I guess, bad marks on their record on Cache is a team was really just losing to Winter Fox during the LCQ.
Right.
And other than that, I mean, their other Cache losses were against really good teams like Mouse Sports or Liquid. So, and they've been able to win some great Cache games against teams like Dignitas, and they've beaten some of the other mid-tier NA teams like Splice and Energy and AGG and some of these other teams. So, yeah, definitely going to be considered a pretty solid Cache team, and I would expect that we would see much of the same that we saw in Mirage in this next game as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, OpTic, they have some pretty standard ways that they like to play. But at this point, I think they can do no wrong, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Especially when you look at the way Shazam likes to play mid. One of the things I've kind of questioned a lot is he plays mid, and he's typically an AWPer on either A side or mid, and he plays like really aggressive. Like he'll just charge up and take like full mid control with the AWP, blocking off that access. He can get caught off quite a lot, but based on the way that this is, it seems like he can just YOLO solo all the way down mid. Yeah. And have the confidence to do that.
He plays a lot of solo positions on this map with an op, like anchoring a site or anchoring mid, while the rest of the team does some type of like maybe push tactic or something like that. And based on how aggressive they were on Mirage, I would expect to see a lot of like B lobby rushes or A lobby rushes or pushing squeaky door while you just let Shazam kind of hold an angle with the op elsewhere while you're making a